Welcome to Untold Physio Stories, a podcast that informs and educates by connecting you to rehab industry leaders who share their candid successes and failures in business and practice.
This episode of Untold Physio Stories is sponsored by Edge Mobility System. Edge Mobility System is your online site for everything a PT, OT, DC, MT, ATC, or fitness pro would need. Get certified in blood flow restriction therapy or training online. Check out our full modern manual therapy seminars, ISTM toolkit, Edge suspension trainer, portable tables, and more. Untold Physio Stories listeners can save 10% by going to edgemobsys.com. That's edgemobsys.com/untold to save 10% off their first purchase.
Edge Health and Tech Solutions. We do websites that work for you and give you an edge over the competition. Did you know that you have less than 10 seconds to capture someone's interest in your website before they click away? How about the fact that most people are accessing your website from their phone? Save thousands and get a fully mobile, appealing, and SEO-optimized website linked to your social media, email list, and Google My Business. All for one low price and no monthly fees. Why not keep doing what you do best in your business and allow us to handle the tech side? Let's get started. Find us at edgehealthandtech.com.
Welcome back to Untold Physio Stories. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. E, and my co-host is Dr. Andrew Rothschild. How are you doing today, Andrew?
I'm doing well. E, how you doing?
I'm great. The next Modern Rehab Mastery cohort's getting ready to start up soon, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, we added Modern Nutritional Rehab that fits right along with the nutritional content of Andrew's Modern Patient Education. So now it's 4 courses with 4 mentors over 4 months. And the new bonus for 2020 is you don't get kicked out of the cohort. Once you're done, you get to continue to participate forever as long as there is internet. So you have an update on your recent SIJ case, right?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
So I think where I left off last time was that she was doing better, compared to the very, very beginning. It was, in fact, an SIJ issue. That was the sort of the big revelation that we kind of discussed. One interesting thing on a visit a couple of weeks ago, and I did a thread about this on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. She had started back at work. She is a restaurant manager. She normally works about 50 hours a week. She's on her feet all day. She's out in the floor. She's back in the kitchen. It's hectic and busy and all these things. She's still having to use a cane. She still has, still is painful with weight bearing on her left leg. She's still wearing the SIJ belt when she's working. So we had to talk about work restrictions and modifications, and they've been pretty flexible with her. And they started her off at 25 hours a week, and keeping her out of the kitchen just because she really can't lift things and she can't move very quickly. So that was good that they were able to do that. But even with that, the sort of just not, being out of work for a few months and just getting used to things again, she was pretty sore and she wasn't sleeping well, and there was a certain amount of stress involved. And she came in one day and she was not in a good place, and you could really tell that. And then she hadn't been sleeping well for several nights in a row, and she was just really flared up. And really, this is before we were even getting to do a lot of meaningful, I would say, exercise anyway, just because from a tolerance standpoint. And I brought her back in private treatment room and talked, and she was a little bit emotional and different things, and still emotional about the fact that she's having trouble picking up her daughter, a very young child, and those kinds of connection things. So we talked about sleep, and we talked about some sleep hygiene and different strategies, and talked about napping, things that I've posted about before, so the benefits of napping. And I realized, she was not going to tolerate a lot of exercise or anything like that today. That wasn't the right thing for her. So I said, why don't you just, come down here, lie down, I got out my phone, I put on the Calm app, kind of set it up for her, got her in a good position where she felt really good. Shut the lights out, it was completely dark, and I let her nap for basically 30 minutes, her entire session, and which is actually the length of time you want anyway for a power nap. And afterwards, when she kind of sat up and woke up and kind of walked around a little bit and moved around, and she was like a different person walking out. Like she said, she really felt so good, and that was really funny and interesting because it really got her over the hump. And the following week when I saw her, it was the best she ever did. She was saying she'd been starting to nap regularly when she needed to, and it's made a huge difference. And she's just feeling better and able to work better, and she's tolerating work better. We had never really even gotten to too many loading exercises just because of the pain that she was still experiencing. But that first day back, we started doing some lifting, some carrying activities, step activities, we did like 4 or 5 things that she hadn't been able to do just about 4 or 5 days later after we had done that therapy session of just napping. And so that was a huge breakthrough. And I've seen her twice more since then. And every time it's just been the last couple of times she's been doing just really kind of turn that corner and really doing much better.
Wow, I love it. Best physical therapy session ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wouldn't want to have a nap in the middle of their workday?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there's a reason why certain countries take siestas. I
Yes.
mean, how do you bill for that?
Therapeutic activity. It's exactly
Oh, right. Yeah, it's totally.
100%.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
That is not something I had ever considered. I don't know if someone who's paying my cash PT prices would just pay to have a nap though.
It was
But
funny.
anything that gets them over the hurdle.
Yeah, we talked about that because she had just met her deductible, so she the first few sessions she was paying like $90, and then more recently she's been able to only had to pay $25 each session, but she was saying, she's like, you know what, if you had told me that I'd be paying $90 to take a 30-minute nap, I would have probably not done it. But she's like, you know what, how good I felt afterwards, it was like totally worth it. And I was thinking of I think there's places in big cities like New York City and DC, I think, and I don't know what their situation is now, but basically it's a place you go to nap. Like you pay however much it is, and for a certain amount of time, and it's like a little pod that you can nap in. And so people do pay for these things when they have them available. So it's very interesting. But in terms of we think about how we use our time and billing and these kinds of things, it's like, well, could anything have been better at that moment for her than what we did? It's the first time I've ever had a patient do it, but I was in my mind, this is going to be
it's a stroke of genius, Andrew. It's a stroke of genius. I mean, I've definitely worked on, spent 30, 45 minutes on breathing and doing a lot of mindfulness sessions and putting on either Calm or Headspace. But yeah, actually having someone sleep I think it's a stroke of genius.
Thank you.
Awesome. I know I was going to continue. I was going to do my SIJ update, but I think we'll save it for the next update. So, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram or on Twitter at spear_physio, and also Modern Patient Education, Modern Rehab Mastery.
Right. Like I said, our new cohort is starting up. Now it is a 4-month hybrid online live and learning program. And I know a lot of people are missing out on their CEU, so it's CEU eligible. We give you everything you need to get it approved in your state for individual approval. We have modern manual therapy, modern strength training, modern patient education, and now modern nutritional rehab. 4 months with 4 mentors, plus an online discussion group and live weekly Q&As. Check it out at modernrehabmastery.com. Well, you can find me, Dr. E, at Modern Rehab Mastery. That's our new online mentoring program. It includes modern manual therapy, modern patient education, and modern strength training. It's 3 months with 3 mentors, so 1 month with each mentor, 4 weeks, tons of modules, lots of CEUs, learn at your own pace for a month, then move on. So go beyond the seminar. You also get chat room with your mentees and mentors and live Q&As every week. check out all my products, Edge Mobility System. We have the new Edge ISTM toolbox that includes the Edge Mobility Star and the OG Edge Mobility tool, our Edge Restriction System BFR cuffs. That's part of Dr. Kyle Coffey's Modern Strike Training BFR certificate. I hope to see you at a live eclectic approach course soon. That's Modern Manual Therapy in US, Canada, and South America. And make sure to rate Untold Physio Stories 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. You could also subscribe on Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. And as always, you guys have an awesome day.